You've got like 5 seconds, Sam.
Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. It is Tuesday, March 28th, 2023. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning and up.
Okay. Minutes and reports received and filed.
We have none.
Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Let's see, Jeff Bank is having a What to Bring Your Business get together on Thursday. I think there's a Taos Fish Fry Friday. Maybe there's not, I don't have it on my calendar. Thought I had them all on there. That's about all I've got. Well, there's a nice Columbus breakfast Sunday at St. Stanislaus for Warrensville.
Oh, country ham or what?
Ham, sausage, biscuits, and gravy, and I think pancakes this year. So they didn't have one the last couple of years because of COVID, so they're trying to get back into
Yeah.
the swing of it.
Yeah. No ham, just sausage and pancakes.
Biscuits and gravy.
Well, but nice. They're doing pancakes instead.
Okay, pancakes instead of ham.
I wanted
For
ham.
clarification. I just kinda heard about it. I got the work list. I guess we are having one. So, all right, that's all. I got.
Okay. Western Commissioner Otto.
Thank you, Presiding Commissioner Bushman. Today, a couple of ARPA meetings. Is that right,
Yes.
Debbie? Tomorrow, a United Way meeting, as well as a couple more ARPA meetings. And on Friday, bid openings. I usually don't mention that, but these are sort of big ones. The asphalt overlay and the chip and seal on Friday, right, Matt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's mine.
Okay. Tomorrow at 8, there's the Jeff City Workforce Coalition meeting at the Chamber. And I thought we were having a Eugene Scholarship meeting, but I think it's canceled. Then tomorrow night is the Lions Spring Fling. You're going to that. Friday is the Leadership Forum. And Sunday I will be at the National Guard. Colonel Matthew Bacon's being promoted to Brigadier General, so that is all I've got. Okay. And Carl is not here. So we will jump on Cliff Olson, the 250th anniversary of the United States is going to be July 4th, 2026, which is not that far off. But compatriot Cliff Olson of the Sons of the American Revolution, when his mother passed, they made the memorials to Cole County for the funds to be used for, what do you call the 250th?
250th anniversary. It's a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Semi-quincentennial or
Okay.
quinto, whatever, it's just 250.
Yeah,
And
so
in
anyway,
fact,
yeah.
and most of all the organizations now are taking American 250 Cole County or American 250 Missouri or whatever,
Okay.
so.
But anyway, we are really not that far off, and so we need to kind of kick it off. We need to create a committee to organize and coordinate events, and then July 4th, 2026 is going to be big, so Samantha, we need to throw her into the fire. And so, Cliff, do you want to kind of talk about the bicentennial, or you want, and we can come up with some ideas, or?
Well, I can do a little of both. Just
Yeah. But,
my background for Cole County is that I was the bicentennial chairman of Russellville. And this was our activities for the bicentennial, to to give you an idea. Pretty good sized notebook. For Cole County, we did a lot of different things. I was on the Cole County Bicentennial Commission also. And we did various events that brought the county together. We had, in fact, when the bicentennial was over, the Cole County Bicentennial Commission formed a group called the Cole County Communities Council because we had representatives from all the county, from all the towns and townships in the county, and we carried that on. One of the things that's still around that we did that was started for the bicentennial is the arts and crafts thing done by the Extension Center out here at the fairgrounds in September. That started out as a bicentennial event, and then as our organization fizzled out, they took it over. And it's been going for 50 years, or almost 50 years. So that's a thing. I was telling Sam, and I talked about it a year or two ago here. The base of the old flagpole here on the corner was shaped like Cole County. That was one of the projects that we did. But a big part of it was just organizing the communities into doing their things too. So we had people on the county from Fred Garnett. I don't know if y'all remember him, but Fred was a former presiding commissioner of Cole County at one time, and he was the chairman, and we had representatives from all the townships. We had some 2 or 3 students from Helias and Jeff City, and I know they were from those 2 schools. I was from Russellville. I got started in the FFA, being the bicentennial chairman for our FFA chapter, and then all of a sudden I was doing it for Russellville. I don't know how that worked, but now I'm with the National Sons of the American Revolution, and I'm the national chairman of the 250th anniversary. So I'm organizing people all over the country. In fact, we were supposed to sign legislation to set up a commission in Mississippi Monday, and we had the tornado, so that got canceled. It got put off, but it's ready to be done. So this afternoon, I'll be testifying over at the House. It's Mike Bernsketter's bill. It passed the Senate. It's in the House. It's a resolution to establish a 250th one for the state commission. And I'd encourage, if any of you commissioners are available at 4:30, might come and say how it would affect our county. You know, we would need to get this going. It didn't pass last year, and we need to get it going this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be here before we know it. Harry said he's gonna bring the train in again. He and Carolyn.
Well,
work on that.
during, most of y'all don't remember the bicentennial, but we did have a floating museum come to Jefferson City. We had the Sergeant Floyd here. We've had we had the train, the Freedom Train came and stayed here. And that was some of the big activities for 4th of July. Jeff City also had a commission, and between it all and the state, there was a big celebration, and we had John Ashcroft, I believe, even did a service out there on the Capitol lawn, so for Sunday morning. So we did a little bit of everything. We had a big parade in Jeff. But there's just a lot of activity, and it brought a lot of people together, which is kind of what we're needing in this country right now. And we're in the flyover country, so we still believe in America. So.
Yeah, I think we get the schools involved, because I know they did essays and art and different programs, and our veterans associations and
reenactors, back then we had what was called the Howard's Bluff Militia. I know Congressman Eichert came and spoke out at Russellville for our events. But I was telling Sam, we had 54 entries in our parade out there, which we have an aerial view, and it's pretty amazing between the bands and the floats, and they were actual floats. You know, not just tractors driving up and down, which is cool too. But it was just amazing how it brought people from all these little communities and brought them all together. We had arts and crafts shows. We had the engine show out at Russellville. I think that may still be going on. I'm not sure. It was a few years ago. I don't know after COVID. But that was started as a bicentennial event. So that kind of gives you the idea of what it does. My mom was involved a lot because I was involved a lot, and she was a good supporter of me, which I really appreciate. Her and a lady named Joanne Sullivan, my neighbor. Joanne was on the Cole County Commission, so I always had rides and stuff. It wasn't where all the kids had cars back then. So it was just a big deal. And when Mom got sick, she said, well, you know, flowers go away. I want my memorial to be something a little bigger, and the 250 is coming up. So I had called Sam and said, do you think we can do this? And Sam said, sure. So we put that memorial money into the county. It's been one of your line items for the last few years.
Which our former auditor hated, but yes. But it's, yeah.
But you know, it's been 3 years, and I think now that we're ready to go, we got a little seed money. I remember during the bicentennial, we were out selling little medallions for $3 and that, which would be $30 now for something like that. But it's just something that I think that Cole County will be pleased that you set up a commission and get this started going.
I want flags everywhere. Get all our business groups, the West Side, the old Munichburg. We'll get Jim Dyke to put the bunting across the streets, because he always likes that. So, but yeah, I want it to be grand. And the Cole County Historical Society ought to start working on a special ornament now, because 2.5 years isn't that?
It goes by pretty quick. I've been working on it since 2014 for the Sons of the American Revolution, and we're plugging along. Got a lot of programs, and we're developing youth programs too. Like for the Boy Scouts, we have 10 years of history camporees coming up, starting with the Tea Party, which is 250th anniversary is in December this year. So
would you talk to the DARs, and maybe we can kind of create a committee? And of course, we'll get Samantha with the Salute to America, because she needs to be a part of it.
Oh, yes.
And we'll start doing some planning. We have the communities meeting next Thursday, so we might have you come do a program.
Shoot me an email on the time.
Pretty quickly. Yeah, this one, the program's already set, but we always meet the first Thursday of every month. So maybe the following month, we'll have to see if you will come be the program.
That'd be fine.
And we have Center Towns there and Loman's there, and so we'll get them all excited.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to Cole County getting this going.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, commission comments, bids and contracts, signing of contract with Cole County Abstract and Title Company.
This is the contract with Cole County Abstract and Title Company for the collector's office for their lien and title searches. There's a $25 increase from the previous years. I ran this by Gretchen and she's okay with it. So today I'm just needing signing of the contract.
So what's the $25 increase per
Per
search?
report.
Per report.
Mhm.
Is that, how many reports do we do a year? I'm just curious where,
Yeah. It's all the property that they know is gonna sell at the courthouse door in August, so.
so it's for each one of the courthouse sales?
It's for the
Okay.
sales of the.
And then that
property.
goes
Now is
on
that
that
added
bill.
on?
It's added on.
It's
to the
added
tax
on,
bill.
so it's a
So it
wash.
goes on to that
As
bill
long as they,
too, so.
yeah, as long as
Okay.
they sell or whatever, but it stays on the bill going forward.
Okay,
Yeah, the buyer has to pay it.
Yes.
Gets added on to the total that
Property.
you have to bid on to buy the property.
okay. Makes it more palatable. So you said we need to sign a contract?
So then how much is it per search? You said it went up 25.
175 is one, and then 200 is another one. It's on the second.
Okay. So record information report is $200, and then an updated record information report's $125. And that's the new prices, so
Yes.
they both went up 25? Okay.
Yes.
Did you want to see this?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I'll make a motion to sign the lien and title search services with the collector's office and Cole County Abstract and Title Company.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Signing of county jail maintenance and improvement grant, CJMI grant award.
We got a bid award on that grant, the big long thing that you just said. It's a total of $51,171. It's a match. We're paying $25,585 and they're matching it with $25,585.50. This is gonna put camera systems in in all three of our transport vehicles.
I'll make a motion to sign the jail maintenance and improvements grant award.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Renewal one of concrete repair services.
Alright, this is the first renewal of 2022-15 concrete repair services for Public Works. 5 out of the 7 vendors that originally submitted a response proposed to continue to renew their services. Rydell Brothers was a 4.5% increase. Schoolers Construction was a 5% increase. BMP Patterson was a 15% increase. And then Stockman Construction and Don Sneeders agreed to keep their pricing the same. Spalding Construction and Arc Nexus were the 2 that didn't respond to our renewal. So today I'm just needing approval to renew the services for the concrete repair services. Public Works was okay with these increases.
We're doing, who is it with then?
It was a multiple bid award, so we
That's
did
available?
lowest and best
Okay,
bid with available materials.
okay. Motion to sign the concrete pool 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Out of the way. Do we have any unfinished business? New business. Accounts payable review.
I'd ask for approval of accounts payable pending review.
Motion to approve accounts payable pending review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Equipment disposal.
Just need to get approval from you guys to get rid of our old equipment. Want to sit down, Brian?
Yes, sir.
We have our old iPads, which we used, they need to be decommissioned and disposed of. Brian thinks it's best if we just follow the program from Knowing, the company we bought them from originally and the company we currently use. So I just want to make sure that's okay. And then we have a bunch of cases that they all went in that we have no use for anymore, so I don't know if we want to try to sand off the name. It's the same color case, it's the same one we use now, except the one we use now is thicker, so I'm not sure I want to let them go out with the name on them. If you want to just destroy them. Just the cases that everything went in, they're kind of handy for construction, I think, and stuff. I don't know if anybody in the county can use them.
How many of them do you have?
Oh, we got like 40 of them.
I could probably take some of them if it's okay.
I think it'd be okay if we let them go within somebody like that, but otherwise, if they go out to the public, we're gonna have to, I think, get the name off. I don't know, can we trust the sheriff?
It says poll pad, but then what does it say under that?
Just their company.
Okay.
It says innovative electronic election solutions powered by Knowing. So they're exactly the same as what we have now, but the ones we have now are taller. So if they were a different color or something, I would be.
Well, it's not like, it doesn't say Cole County Clerk election
No, we'll
equipment.
cut those
That's
tags off, but there's
right.
nothing else on it. I
I-
think they would be kind of handy to put stuff in.
That anything that EMS could use?
I think we're squared away with excess boxes.
Okay. Yes?
Can we just put them in the surplus and let other elected officials and offices?
I'm fine with that as long as it stays within the county. If it goes out to the public, I think we have to try to take it. And then
Okay.
what would they do with them if they decide to get rid of them then?
I would,
I think we've done it, you worry about it, we get rid of stuff all the time, it's got labels on
You do, not to worry about
I
it?
don't say, do they, does poll pads want us to take that off of there? Because the stuff we
No.
had downstairs, them other little,
Yes.
pull behind, whatever, that actually had Cole County Election Authority or something on there.
Yes. No, they don't,
So
they don't
that-
have any.
That was a little different, so. I mean, get a
Just send them
couple
to
of-
surplus and
Yeah.
let whoever wants them have them first throughout the county and then
Right.
and the computers will go be decommissioned and gotten rid of.
Yeah, and you found where we're actually gonna get some money back on those, right?
Well, I was talking to
Just a
Steve
little
about
bit.
it. So, always the big question is where's it ultimately end up and how's it how's it handled? So, what I've done in the past is I just do e-waste it. I literally just destroy it, have it destroyed, and I get a certificate of destruction. That way there's nothing out there that possibly could have that. But I will tell you, the vendor called me today because I told her that we would be talking about this. And she's like, well, we've got liability insurance, we've got, certificate of destruction, we got all these things like that. We just need to get the pass so we can determine how much they're worth. She said, we do this with governments all the time. So I don't know, like I said, I'm always err on the side of caution myself. When I see one chewed up in a device, then I know it's gone, but.
It's what are you gonna get, about $15 a piece? So it's about $750. So is it worth the $750 to take that chance or?
So this company would buy them back or?
Not that one. No, it's a totally different
Yeah,
company.
he had a different company.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, No Ink was willing to do that too.
Yeah, no ink seal. And they do have our name etched on the back. I kind of tried to scratch through it, but it scratches off the paint too. So when we bought them, it was a special deal. When you bought them, you could get your name. So I put Cole County Clerk and everything on the back of them. So it's all they're labeled.
But I think they destroy them anyway. They
Yeah,
just take some stuff out of there, right?
Yeah, I don't know what No Ink plans on doing with them. The company I'm talking to, they said what they do is they evaluate them, they determine a value, and then they basically cut us a check, and then what they can't use, they destroy, and they give us our certificate of destruction. So,
And those that they can use, what do they warrant there, that all the data is?
yeah, it's completely wiped. They use like a military grade wiping process. It's all documented and everything. So they said they do this all the time.
Do you know if someone like the state government uses them? Do we know some of their
I
other
know-
users?
Yeah, I know the military uses them.
They do.
Yeah. So. But I just keep kind of going back to, is the $750 or $1,000 we get, is that really?
What data is on there?
It's the poll book, so it's the program that we use to check people in at the polling place and their information and all that stuff.
Is that a data that someone could request?
Name and address? Yeah, I think so.
So it's data that's not super secret that the public couldn't ask for anyway? And-
And it changes every election.
Right.
We reload every election, so.
But the history doesn't tell how the person voted, it just tells that they did vote.
Yes,
Well, and that's, you can get frequent voter info from your office all the time, right?
Well, you have to pay for it. You have to
Yeah,
pay
right,
for it.
well, right, okay. I don't see the risk of, and I don't see the damage that could be done by someone drilling in and actually finding that, and at the same time, I don't really see that as a risk because the military uses it. They may have way more highly sensitive information in theirs than we have in ours.
Yeah, it depends on what they use them for.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that, but I'm not opposed to doing it. I'm just saying I've in the past I've always destroyed, e-wasted our computers and stuff because they do contain sensitive information on there when it comes to PII and different things like that. And just for the peace of mind, you know, I've always done it that way. With what the clerk here has, I mean, you're right. I mean, that information is publicly available, and I mean, if you want me to, I definitely have a buyer for them.
Well, would Knowing's program on here? That wouldn't be public. Could somebody access their program specifics?
I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and let Knowing. They were interested in them too, and just since you know they have their stuff on there, they could, you know, because they were going to give you something for them, right? Like some kind of a trade-in.
$15.
Yeah.
But we have to have everything, original plugs, cords, everything has to be original back.
Mm.
That who has sold it to us?
Yeah, there's their paperwork they sent us that tells how to decommission them, and it says you're supposed to send in, fill out an application, and they'll give you a price. But I think the last time we talked to them, it's about $15 a piece, I believe, once we ship them to them. So-
I'm really fine either way. I was thinking, you know, if we can try to get a buck for it, then everything counts, but I'm hearing Brian saying, I don't know if I wanna mess with it, let's just get rid of them, so.
Well, you know,
I'm just
time-
kinda leaning that way right now.
Time's money too, and so if I have to go through and we have to spend an hour or two messing with them per unit,
So you won't have to if you just have
Right.
them destroyed.
yeah.
So there is a trade-off there too, so.
Just push you.
Shoot them.
We have a target.
I'm in.
practice. We have range coming up.
Yeah, I'm kinda like Jeff, might be cleaner just to have you.
I mean, I think there's a definite value to your time. I mean, did you hire that person yet we approved the current budget?
You know, no.
He's
I
se-
asked
he's-
him that too.
His budget, he's $750 short of having enough money to hire him.
So, maybe just, I'm fine, just get rid of them.
Yeah, I think so. Proceed,
Get rid of everything.
proceed.
And I mean, the containers or the box or whatever, it sounds like we just have some people that may wanna use them or put it
All
on,
this stuff. I mean, we'll use it, but those will sell.
just put them on surplus, then try and get something for them then.
I'll hold them over to Jessica's office.
Yeah, that's other good thing.
She doesn't come get
It's not
those?
my problem, it's just a problem.
Yeah, thank you, Jessica. All right, thank you all.
Okay. Purchase of copier for Sheriff's Patrol Division.
We have, I think it's 2 copiers right now at Patrol Division, correct? Brian?
It doesn't
Yes, sir.
say two copies, it says
I know, but they both
copier.
are down, so Brian came to me and said we should replace it with this one. And then Brian said, this is the contract, and then Brian said you need to get on the agenda. So I'm here to propose this for the agenda because Brian told me to, and I'm afraid of him.
And not out of Brian's budget.
You know, it's out of my budget. It's gonna be about 10,000. We take it out of contingency, but we'll be able to move forward. It's a color printer, or color copier, we need that, because we have to print off pictures and such for cases.
This is all on contract or whatever.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
So
sorry, that's under contract.
You might have said that, I just didn't hear it between all the Brians, Brian.
I just wanted to make sure I hard.
Okay, you good? All right, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the copier for the Sheriff's Patrol Division.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Brian.
Sir.
So we have purchase of half-ton Chevrolet pickup truck for Public Works. We could have Brian, I mean, if we're gonna keep picking on Brian, you could have Brian.
I would love to.
You can pick on me if you want. The director's getting a new truck. And I kind of been holding out for a few years, and much to there to say, they've talked me into getting a new one. My current truck's a 2013, and it's time to rotate it down. And we had, in this current budget year, we had 2 Ford F-250s PO'd through Mockins, and they were only able to order one. So we have one of those trucks PO'd that we can no longer get, so that'll have to go to 24. We did have my new truck in the 24 budget, or planned in the 24 budget, and so we're just gonna swap that. So we'll purchase my truck this year.
Hang on, I got too many things going on both sides of my ears here.
Did he already have his James?
We got the side.
We're just waiting for
Oh,
you.
sorry, go ahead.
So, Jessica, I believe you modified that other PO, is that correct?
Yes.
To take out the one Ford F-250 that we can no longer get?
So you had 2 of them approved for 23,
Yes,
but you can only get one,
they could only order one.
okay?
So we'll just swap the truck that I was to get in the 24 budget to this year, and then take the F-250 and move it to next year. So, this truck is through Putnam. It's a Chevy 4-wheel drive, and it's on the MoDOT contract, and so the net price is $55,660.
The one we're buying for 2024, we have an order right now then, is that?
We did, well, let me back up. We had PO'd, we were gonna order 2. We got advance approval for the county, from the commission to go ahead and do this, to be able to lock in as early as we could on the date that they could order through Mockins, and they could only order 1. So Ford is still
Ford
limiting.
Motor Company only allotted us one pickup for this year.
So you'll still have money in the budget for another one, minus the $4,617, if one comes up available somewhere, or?
We could do that, but
Otherwise
there's,
it's-
the specific truck that we're wanting is a Ford F-250 with, it's a double cab, or it's not a full crew cab, and it's got the door that swings open for the inspectors. It's more handy for them. And so that's why we had to go with that type of truck. And so we've checked around. I mean, Matt can tell you more. They've looked everywhere, and we can't find any.
You
So-
might try, talk to that Kate
Yeah.
with Enterprise.
Right. We're gonna have a meeting, I haven't scheduled it yet, but next week, to talk about fleet and central maintenance. On that agenda would be the enterprise fleet program. We can discuss that as well, as we talked about last week, Sam, so. But basically, this is just swapping 2 budget years, getting this truck this year. It's actually on the lot. It's
What
not-
color?
It's not an order, it's red. Kind of a dark red, so. Not Corvette red like yours. So, I would recommend approval of this purchase of this truck, and again, the POs have been modified, and then we'll proceed with getting the F-250 later in the year.
So the net difference of 4617 is the price between one truck and the other truck?
Yeah, the other truck was 51,043.
So you'll still have like 47 in the budget to carry over to next year for capital, you're gonna use that somewhere else?
Well, we'll just swap around our budget. Like I said, we had my replacement truck was gonna be in the 24 budget. So we'll just take this Ford F-250. We're basically just swapping trucks this year. And so in next year's budget, we'll proceed with getting the second Ford F-250.
Okay, I think I'm following now. So you're still getting the one truck and your truck, and you're gonna get the other truck next year since you can only get one this year. I was, sorry. I
Yeah.
was confused.
And after the 2 years are behind us, and looking back, it didn't make any difference at the end of the day.
Minimal difference.
That's where I was confused, sorry.
Yeah.
If you'd eaten some pizza, you would have had more brain power.
I had pizza last night.
So,
Plenty of
And
rain.
the current truck, we're gonna rotate it down to, I think we had discussed it'd be down in the Parks Department, because their truck is, right, we're actually gonna go there on this one. Okay. There's some trucks, and we're in the process, it ties in a little bit to what we talked about last week with Enterprise Fleet. We have several vehicles that it's time to rotate them out, and so we're gonna be in the process of updating some of our fleet over the next few years.
so the vehicle, it's a 2013?
2013 Chevrolet,
Got a little rust showing on
a
it?
little bit, yes.
Yeah. Do you, this might be a little off the topic, but new ones coming in, is there something you can do to that thing to prevent that rust?
Well, all the Fords are now all aluminum, so that helps.
Okay.
Chevrolet, some of the body is aluminum, not all of it.
So like when we purchased my truck, it's actually got 3 different metals on it. Most of the quote unquote Chevy Cancer, the rust spots, they are actually aluminum parts now. They also have undergone a lot of special coatings to help try to prevent a lot of that over the last few years, so.
And it,
Until we can get some more of these newer ones in,
okay.
we really don't know.
All right.
I'm fine with it.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and follow your request to purchase the half-ton Chevrolet pickup truck with Public Works this year,
Second.
under contract.
Second.
Sorry.
So Sam will have to have you sign the second page of this.
Okay.
This is the price quote
Okay.
proposal from.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Eric, you missed out on looking for a truck wash there. There's an opening for you.
Well, as part of the whole central maintenance discussion and getting a new building would be the construction of a good wash bay. So that's in the near-term future for us, and we're just trying to plan out how that's going to go as far as what it's going to look like and when we can budget for that. So.
Okay. Signing of ARPA inventory transfer from the county to the Osage Fire Protection.
Okay, if you guys remember when we started the ARPA, we actually bought the equipment for the Cole County First Responders and Osage Fire. They were the same Motorola radios that the Sheriff's Department bought, that EMS bought, that any of the other departments on the state contract bought. It was just easier for us to go ahead and purchase those for those 2 sub-recipients, for the Cole County First Responders and Osage Fire. It's been a long process to get all those pieces and parts in, and I want to thank Mac from EMS for doing that, getting those, separating those for what we bought for Osage versus first responders versus the county. He did a wonderful job over at EMS for that. But right now, this is just a transfer of those radios that we purchased for them back to them. And Forbes thought it was a good idea for us to do this, to have it on record. Jill reviewed this transfer agreement. Again, this is just the one of them, because that's the only one we can complete right now. We're still waiting on some stuff for first responders, but this is fire protection district.
Okay.
Good? All right, I'll make a motion to sign the ARPA inventory transfer from Cole County to the Osage Fire Protection District.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, courthouse tower clock.
I'm gonna go back and thank Jessica for
Oh.
getting that transfer agreement together for me. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jessica.
Sorry, now the clock tower.
Tower clock.
Tower clock.
Hey, what, you sit in our offices and
We hear it all the time.
it's,
Sometimes it's on time and sometimes it's not.
well, Western Commissioner Otto, I
Okay.
think, talked to,
Well, just as a recap, we have a clock. It's quite historic. It's been there since 1921 or thereabouts. But it has its shortcomings, like it not being on time. This was mentioned earlier, and So some folks who read the, what's that magazine, the Missouri Ruralist?
Rural Missourian.
Rural
Yeah.
Missourian. There was a story in there about a company in southeast Missouri that had restored the clock at the Stoddard County Courthouse in Bloomfield, and they were very happy with it. It was the same make and model almost. It was the same make as what we have here, a Seth Thomas clock, and they both, one was a 20 and one was a 21 clock, I think. In any case, we invited Sean Barnes and his wife Nancy, they're the company, S&N Clock Repair, to come and view and look at, and they did. And they came back to us with 3 proposals, one $5,000, $10,000, and $15,000. And they talked about what they would do for those 3 different prices. My sense is, based upon what I saw and visited and went back and forth, is the $10,000 proposal, number 2 of the 3, is the right way for us to go. I talked to Nancy Barnes on the phone the other day, and I said that we would be talking about this at today's commission meeting, and asked if she would forward more of a complete contract about what they would do and price it accordingly at the $10,000. That's what I thought we would do today. So she said she would do that. That's my presentation on it. We can further discuss it, certainly.
Yeah, I think it needs more than just what our maintenance is able to try to do, and they have been trying to get it on time. We unhooked the hands because we didn't know if that was what was locking it up, and maybe that's where the problem was. Sometimes it's close to time. I think you sit here and keep track of, it's 2 minutes off today, but it was 6
Well,
minutes.
I had it off 4 minutes this morning when it rang 8 bells at 8:04. Yesterday it rang 8 bells at 8:03.
That's close.
It is close.
And
Well, yeah, considered it's over 100 years old. I think we got our money's worth out of the Seth Thomas.
I was real happy with the proposals they sent. I expected it to be a lot higher, and I thought we'd probably have to go out to bid, but this would be under the number. So if we can get this together, I think that'd be the first step in getting that thing moving and getting it running right, so.
I would propose this motion to go with the option 2 with S&N Clock, with the condition that the contract they send to us is acceptable to our attorney and to the commission.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Do we have anything else? Well, then our next scheduled meeting is April 4th at 9 a.m. I would entertain a motion to stand in recess till 4:30.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Hey, Jessica.
Yeah.
Do you have a list of all